The Local Government Committee will come to order. Let's see who's here. Open the roll.
You have a quorum, Mr. Chairman.
All right, thank you. We'll go a little bit out of, we got a sign up. I see people have signed up already. We'll go a little bit out of order. I'm going to take Delegate Bulova. So I believe your bill and my bill are identical right now.
They are, sir.
Yes. All right, moved and properly seconded that we report 1634. Open the roll. All right, you're done.
Ayes 10, no 0.
You done?
Yep, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right, Delegate Bull. All right, and let's see, there's one more on here. I think we can probably crank out of here. Yeah, 1678, Delegate Ranson, charter for the town of Whitestone. All right, okay, moved and properly seconded. We report 1678. Would you open the roll?
Ayes 11, no 0.
And I see another one on here, Delegate Mullen, which is identical to Senator Locke's 822. Moved and seconded. We report 1964. Open the roll. And then
Ayes 10, no 0.
Yep, 24, House Bill 2403, Delegate O'Quinn, identical to Senator Pillions. Open the roll. Okay.
Ayes 11, no 0.
We'll go back to the sign-up sheet as Delegate Adams is not here. Okay. Oh, she is? Oh, there she is. Okay, couldn't see you. Come on up. Tell us about your...
Good morning, Mr. Chair, members of the committee. HB 1510 seeks to provide localities the authority to ease permitting fees and restrictions in order to encourage the preservation, restoration, or development of urban green space, especially as such efforts substantially reduce urban heating effects, greenhouse gas emissions, and mitigate stormwater drainage. Urban green space includes street trees, sports fields, gardens, and greenways. As population centers continue to grow, we often overlook the need for green space among a gray sea of concrete and asphalt. A lack of green space reinforces the urban heat island effect and contributes to concentrations of greenhouse gas emissions, resulting in higher ambient temperatures and worse air quality. And research shows that this negatively impacts the quality of life for city residents and results in higher mortality rates and worse child development. The bill does not mandate localities do anything, but rather gives those that currently have resources a tool to incentivize or accelerate urban green space development. The bill's language provides that rural areas and areas of low population density are not considered urban green space, and that any regulatory flexibility be proportionate to the impact it was on the reduction of the urban heat effect, the offsetting of greenhouse gas emissions, or the mitigation of stormwater. Ultimately, urban green space promotes mental and physical health by providing psychological relaxation and stress alleviation, stimulating social cohesion, supporting physical activity, and reducing exposure to air pollutants, noise, and excessive heat. And I hope it will be the will of the committee to support this measure.
All right. Any questions for Delegate Adams?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Sproul.
The reduction of permit fees.
So that would be an example of a possible option that a locality could offer as an incentive.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
I was just going to say, and streamlining the process, too. Looks like a good Republican bill.
Oh, my goodness.
Anybody else have any questions for Delegate Adams?
I think we meant good government bill, right?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Yes, Senator.
Mr. Chairman.
Whoa.
It's a feisty morning.
Well played. Well played.
Well played.
Mr. Chairman.
Senator
I removed this Republican bill.
Let's see if there's anybody in the audience. Anybody in the audience want to speak in favor of House Bill 1510?
Now, don't mess it up now.
Jeff Palmer on behalf of the Virginia chapter of American Society of Landscape Architects, and we support the bill.
Okay. Anybody else for 1510? Anybody have any reservations about 1510? All right, bill's in front of us.
Second.
Moved and properly seconded that we report House Bill 1510. Open the roll. There you go.
Ayes 11, noes 1.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the committee.
All right, Delegate Adams. Next up, we have on the sign-up sheet, Delegate Wyatt.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and committee members. This is also a good bipartisan bill. This bill, House Bill 1671, is brought forth at the request of Virginia home builders. Recent JLARC report addressed the need for housing across the challenges across the entire Commonwealth. What this does is require localities once annually to report fees collected on a population greater than 3,500 pertaining to reviewing of the application, permitting, so it'll be more feasible for developers to target certain localities. So it's just a transparency bill. The data collection will be conducted by the Department of Housing and Community Development on the fees that are collected once annually, and it makes good business sense for any kind of processing, reviewing, permitting. So a developer that may target a specific area, they will know going in well ahead what challenges or obstacles they may, and to hopefully bring more housing to fruition at a faster rate here across the Commonwealth.
Pretty straightforward bill. Any questions for Delegate Wyatt? Well, let's see if anybody wants to say anything. Anybody in the audience to speak in favor of House Bill 1671?
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Randy Grumbine, representing the Virginia Manufactured and Modular Housing Association. Very simply, data is good, and we support the bill.
Okay. Next.
Andrew Clark with the Home Builders Association of Virginia, and I'll add to that, one of the recommendations that came from JLARC was that the state and DHCD could really compile more information about the key factors driving costs, and so that's what we intend to do with this bill. Appreciate your support. Thank you.
All right, great. Anybody to speak against House Bill 1671? All right, bill's in front of us. Moved and properly seconded that we report House Bill 1671. Open the roll.
Ayes 12, noes 0.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and
Delegate
committee
Wyatt.
members.
Delegate Hodges, you're next up.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman.
Morning.
Members
Morning.
of the committee. You have before you House Bill 1674, and this comes at the request of the Virginia Port Authority. As you know, each locality has to update the comprehensive plan every 5 years, and part of that is transportation infrastructure. And in the code, it's part of that process. It says shall include as appropriate, but not limited to roadways, bicycles, and there's a long laundry list of things that they have to include. This just adds freight corridors to that list. What this will do, it will allow the port to have a better understanding where localities prefer the goods to be shipped, and it's going to help the Virginia Port Authority quite a bit and gives localities where they would like to see that freight move the ability to do that. So fairly straightforward.
Good enough. Any questions for Delegate Hodges? Anybody in the audience to speak on Delegate Hodges 1674?
Move to report.
Moved and properly seconded that we report House Bill 1674. Open the roll.
Ayes 12, noes 0.
There you go.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
See Doug Hodges. Let's see. What else have we got here? Delegate Rome is not here, right? It's just, it looks like a simple charter bill. Moved and properly seconded that we report House Bill 2005. All right, open the roll.
Ayes 12, noes 0.
And we've got Delegate Williams' bill, but
Mr. Chairman?
Have you got it? You can handle that?
I believe so.
He's on his way?
Oh, he's on his way?
Okay, we'll wait.
Mr. Chairman?
Yep. Senator
She,
Spruill.
she did a good job last time. I called her delegate, so she did a much better job than he did. So she can explain much better what the problem was.
Well, let's wait and let's give him his minute at the podium. Delegate Avoli, has anybody seen him? Well, we seem to be at a loss. It looks
I
pretty
can
simple.
start talking about Williams's bill.
There's a vote. Does
Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, the problem, actually, this 2161 represents a lot of work on behalf of a lot of people, and they were here, and it was all wired up, except there were issues with advertisements that might be required in a situation like right now. The town of Culpeper had an issue where they were going to have to put an advertisement on 4 pages of the newspaper, and I appreciate the stakeholders got busy since our last meeting and worked this out through this past weekend, and have an amendment that will create a one-line exception that will apply to localities like the town of Culpeper or any locality that has this situation where they're revising their comp plan, I guess, or where there multiple parcels are there. So I have an amendment here, and maybe staff has as well.
I think we need to adopt a substitute and then an amendment to the substitute, I think. Is that right, Jeff?
Correct, both the substitute and the amendment that Senator Hangers referred to now posted on LAS.
Okay. Okay. All right, moved. Second?
Second.
Seconded that we adopt the substitute. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? All right, substitute's in front of us, and now can Jeff or somebody explain the amendment to the substitute? Hey, Delegate Williams, come on up.
Oh, that's the guy I'm going to vote for. Okay.
Senator Hanger's eviscerating your bill here.
No, we're fixing it for you to be
That sounds
streamlined
good.
here.
As long as it's what we agreed on.
Mr. Chairman, I can read, it's just a one-line amendment to the substitute. On line 515, after action, it says, for more than 100 parcels of land, the advertisement may instead, that's instead of having 4 pages of printed material, may instead include a description of the boundaries of the area, subject to the changes, and a link to a map of the subject area. And that's been agreed upon by the parties, and I believe the patron.
See it as friendly.
Amendment's been moved and seconded. All in favor of adopting the amendment, say aye. Aye. Opposed? All right. So
No, I have a question.
let me say, Senator Donovan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just following up from my locality. Sorry, I'm not on speaker.
There you go.
I'm going to read this just so maybe you can help me and see if it's accurate or if we need to do anything. The proposed amendment will have unintended consequences of requiring localities to re-advertise proposed ordinances that are deferred from one meeting to another. It would be helpful if Bill clarified that re-advertised is not required if the ordinance is deferred from the meeting.
Is there counsel that could help with this question?
What line? I don't, I'm sorry, Amy Perrin-Sabert on behalf of the Press Association, which that has not been brought up before. I don't know what line that is.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, I will talk with the advocates and delegate between here and the floor.
I think, Michelle, have you got something to add?
Michelle Gowdy, VML. Mr. Chairman, Senator, I will just tell you that's not part of what we had agreed upon. That's a new issue. And so that's something that we haven't discussed through the Code Commission. Maybe that's something for next summer's Code Commission study.
Okay, all right. And Senator Donovan, you say you're going to get some clarity from those folks and see?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, anybody speak in favor of 2161? Anybody have any concerns with 2161? Sounds like everybody's kind of come to the table and gotten this thing straightened out, except perhaps for this one issue that Senator Dunlap's raised for us, so. All right, the bill's in front of us.
Second.
Moved and properly seconded, the report House Bill 2161 is amended. Open the roll.
Ayes 11, no 0, 2 abstentions.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, finally, we have,
Mr. Chair,
yeah, Senator Bell.
Senator Rouse, his vote wasn't recorded. I don't know if we can redo that or.
Do we need, you can add it, okay. Good. So we've got Delegate Avoli's bill, but no Delegate Avoli. It's a pretty straightforward bill, it appears to me. Let me just see, is anybody here to speak on 2433? Anybody for or against 2433 for the Essex County Economic Development Authority? Yeah, okay.
Move the bill be reported.
I just wish I wanted him to come here and find out why he's putting something in for Essex County. I'm just, anyway, all right, been moved and seconded that we report 20, oh, yes, sir.
I can answer that question for you, Mr.
Good.
Chairman. Delegate Hodges had used up all his bills.
Okay, okay.
Asked Delegate
All right,
Avoli to
mystery,
carry.
mystery is solved.
Solve that mystery.
All right. It's been moved and properly seconded that we report 2433. Clerk, open the roll.
Just done.
Ayes 14, no 0.
Yep, and I think that completes our docket.
Sorry you had to come over.
All right, that does it for this committee for this year. Thank you all.
All right.